Alright, so welcome back. Recently with the trailers, gameplay, and new information we've been getting on 70th Origin, the GC player base, if you will, are starting to panic a little bit, right? So I thought I'd make this video here and show you that, damn, for the months of the start to 2023, GC has done very good and surprisingly, 10 times better than usual. Today I wanted to show this to you because, again, if you think the game's gonna shut down or it's in a bad area, yes, maybe you want changes, which are true. We do need changes and things need to be fixed and, kind of dropped. That's true. But the revenue is pretty shocking. I'm not gonna lie. Did I expect it? Hell no. I did not expect that much, but let me show it to you. Let's hop over there. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Helps out a ton. So there's two different images that I have here that I did want to show you, right? So I can compare the values by at least showing you what games look like and what they kind of stand at. So I have two of them. This one is against Sensor Tower, and both are actually Sensor Tower, giving you the direct revenue of what March and February did. The other one shows all dates for a bunch of gacha games, 7DS included, right? So we'll start our way with the 7DS ones, and then work our way left, if you will. So first, this is not in any order other than alphabet, right? So to show you quickly, if you know what SAOVS is, a similar IP type thing where Sword Art Online, run by Bandai, handled I think poorly, but it didn't do that bad, I guess. So the dates I think are this way. So this is the recent month, okay, and it did very poor this month, but it was doing good originally, and then just I don't know what happened. Something happened. Damn. Look at the scale of revenue going down. Okay, that's great. Nikkei also popping off, did pretty good. Started at 68 million. That was release month. Then dropped down, and then remained same over here. Okay, Ni no Kuni, the other Netmarble game, 2 million. All right, 1.2 million. Started off at 2 million one. 3 million this month did very good. 3 million again did very good. 2 and then 1.2. So they stay the same, which is, that's the case. I also hope that Netmarble knows. Please do not add NFTs into 70th Origin. Clearly, the NFT in that is different, and the currency is more here, so don't mess around, you know what I mean? Don't be stupid. There's no need to add NFTs into 70th Origin. It could be a big game on its own. Please don't ruin it, Netmarble. Thank you, okay? Hopefully that's the case, but you kind of see a bunch of other games here. If there's any game that you know here, you're more than welcome to try and get it and see the revenue for it. Again, most of these games I don't play, or I know Last Cloudy, I know Limbus Company, I know them, but I don't play them, so I can't really say anything much there. But at the very top of the list is 7DS Grand Cross, and the main thing you're looking for with it, 7DS in the month of March did $4 million global. 4 million global. That I think is Mael's month when he did go and release and he did drop. So keep it in mind, 4 million. That is pretty damn good for a character that people said wasn't hyped. Remember that? People were saying, oh, he's not a hyped character at all. Pulling in 4 million is pretty damn good. I think 11 was Escanor over here at 4 million. 12, on second thought, no, because Escanor dropped at the end of the month. So 12th is Escanor, which is 5 million. 1, I think, is going to be Meliodas there, because he released at the end of 12, basically. Start of 1. So 6 million for Meli. 2 was Freya. So Freya didn't do too hot, if you will. But again, it's not a festival character, so it's understandable. 4.4 million for Freya. And then if you look at it, 5.4 million for Mael. 5.4 million. Global just said, screw it. We don't need waifu. We only care about Mael out here. So they popped off in March. Damn. It's kind of crazy they put that much money up in comparison to previous months. It's actually insane. And the thing is, if you watch my my Nikkei channel, I talk about the same thing. The game does good. And if you look at it, Nikkei does pretty good for what it is. It's at 28 million. But because I think maybe the company sees we make that revenue. We'll continue to make that revenue. We don't need to see changes in the game. I think we're good as it is. I hope that, again, Netmarble does see that, yeah, we're doing great on the revenue, but it could be way more. I do understand that all the criticism is correct, right? PvE content is very dry. It is. At the end of the day, you look at it, you got Demonic Beast, which people can't clear. You have other modes that are just kind of outdated and just don't get updated. It's dry. It is. So that's one thing, right? And then the second thing is true. If you look at it, there are games that release multiple characters for banners. It's been a thing where GC used to do that, and we used to complain oh, that's a lot of freaking characters, because they used to sometimes do 4 or 5 banners a month because they were trying to rush global. That's why we complained, right? People go back to the metric of, oh, we complained back then, now you're all of a sudden saying that it's okay to get them back. It's because back then they were rushing them, okay? Here and there, it's okay to sprinkle in an extra character, because sometimes adding 2 characters a month, it just gets slow. That's why when Naofumi released and then entire collab released, everyone was so hyped because it was oh, 4 brand new characters, and there was so much to do. If you summon for that banner, you had 3 different characters to build for 3 different teams. Keep that in mind. 1 for PvE if you separate that, 3 for PvP if you want to go for that. It was cool, yeah? We haven't had a double unit banner that we cared for in a very long time, which is, you know, kind of scary and kind of weird. If the revenue is like this, they could probably see a lot more if there was a second unit. Keep in mind, this month, March, was garbage in the relative state that what released? Just Mael. Nobody, not a soul touched Ludo's banner. Ludo was bad. He was just, he wasn't useful as much, right? He wasn't good for anything. He was just a character thrown out. Now imagine that was a 2-unit banner. There was a second unit that was decent on there. People would have summoned. Now, let's say at the end of the month, they did Magilda. They then did a character afterwards. So whatever you say, we did 3 banners in March, theoretically. But there could have been so many more opportunities to drop characters. Ragnarok Escanor, Ragnarok Gother, Ragnarok Liz. There's other characters that still need Ragnarok versions that haven't. There are still other characters that haven't gotten a character in game. There's potential, yeah? Roxy did not have to be a single unit banner. It could have been Awaken Roxy and a different version of another, Shin. Could have been that case. It wasn't, right? So you see at the end of the day that I get it. They are making money, but they could have definitely thrown on some characters here and there. They could have also thrown out some content here and there. They're doing pretty good. So hopefully it's not like complacency kicking in. Like, oh, dude, listen. We got this. It's doing good. We know that when Origin drops, it'll hype up this game too, because people that will find out about these 2 games existing. It'll be a great marketing strategy, and we'll make our money. We don't need to really put too much effort in until Fortnite's Apocalypse, or even at that, they don't put too much effort there. It's like a slower, still single unit banner type thing when that releases. You know, it's a problem. I do agree, but they are doing good. It is true. So if you're scared the game is in a bad area, they're not on the money side of things. But still, changes are welcome. And I think a lot of people want them, and it would be great to see them. But I did want to include this in here, so if you do watch my other channels, you must have already seen the other video I covered for Nick A's revenue. But I also covered this as a video to talk about what Crunchyroll Games did, which if you don't know, it's rough, but they shut down one of their games, like one of the most famous games, and it's like insane that the whole company just it's weird. I can't explain it. If you want to go watch that on that other channel, I'll try and leave a link somewhere. But yeah, it's been rough over there. But for Crunchyroll Games, you look at similar type of revenue. This game just released at 4 million. This game at 500k, 100k. They're not doing too hot. If you look at Punisher Grey Raven, it's at 400k. Again, not too much, but you see Grand Cross is in a very good area in comparison to a lot of games that exist. This is, I have no idea what this is. I know this company is like side games, something like that, but I don't know any of these games that exist. Bandai, let's check that, right? So Bandai, Dokkan Battle did a quick little 4 million. Dragon Ball Legends did 4 million too. We have Bounty Rush at 500k. We have this, which I didn't even know there was a Naruto game that exists, bro. I didn't even know that. Whatever it is doing 2k. This is the JP version, I think, doing 5 million. We have Treasure Cruise at 800k. We have I didn't even know there was another SAO game other than Variant Showdown. And I think this just shut down recently. Wow. Okay. 50k. We have One Piece, the JP version, doing 2 million. We have My Hero Ultra Impact at 50k. Damn, that's pretty bad. But yeah. Wow. And then the JP version's at 100k. Huh. Slime Isekai's at 300k and then 800k. So if you look at it, hey, GC's in a very good area. Yeah, GC's in a very good area in comparison, bro. These are some crazy numbers. I don't even know half these games. That's sad. Okay. And then again, in comparison to these ones, I did not know that Genshin got toppled by this game over here. It's apparently some I don't even know it's a horse racing game, or I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is, but that's what it was described to me as. I don't even want to know what that is, but it did 76 million. Genshin did 47. This did 28. Obviously, GC is not going to compare with that, but if Origin is done right, you could definitely see them top in the charts at 20, 30, maybe more million if it's done right, and if it's a fun game. Keep it in mind. No NFTs. Let's do that. Let's make it pretty easy to handle. Maybe add some English dub in there. People love that, and literally it goes very popular because of that. Because again, sub is a little bit more of a thing that people don't like in comparison. Okay, there are a lot of people that play Genshin in the English dub version. So remember, that'll open up to another wide audience. So there's so many things that Origin can do at the top of the charts, but GC is still doing pretty good. If it were to rank, it will rank pretty high here on this list. It's at 5.4 million, which is very, very good for the game it is. So, hey, I hope that there are still changes to be seen. It would be pretty cool, but hey, let's see, not bad.